Hey guys, it's Brooke. Welcome back to my channel, or to my channel if you haven't been here before. I hope you guys stay. So this week's shout out of the week goes to @DarlingMcVeigh. Thank you so much for your support and your love. I appreciate you so much. If you guys want to get a shout out on next Monday's video, make sure you guys spam me on my Twitter and Instagram, which are linked in the description below, and subscribe to this channel and my main channel, which is also linked in the description below, and I will give you guys a shout out on next Monday's video. So for today's video, I am going to be talking about being stalked by strangers. So to jump right into it, basically every college, I know like every college my friends go to does this. I don't know if it's literally every single college, but most colleges that I know of have this event every single year called Spring Concert, where basically the colleges like pay for really big artists to come to your college and perform. And at my college this year, we had Tinashe and DNCE. Now, I don't really listen to either of their music. I'm not really like a quote unquote like fan of them, but I have heard like Cake by the Ocean and a couple songs by DNCE, and I've heard some of Tinashe's songs. I actually really like her. She has a really great voice. I like both of them. I just don't really like religiously listen to their music. I just hear them on the radio here and there and I'm like, oh cool, this is a good song. But yeah, not that that really has any relevance to this story, but I was excited to go. Like, I was excited to be there with my friends, and I was going with me and 3 other of my girlfriends, and we were all just like really excited to be there and like to experience like music we don't really listen to every day and just kind of have a good time. So we get to my school and we walk into the building, we go get our passes, go downstairs, and then the concert starts and Tinashe opens and then DNC comes on, and it's great. We're having a great old time. But then towards like the end of the concert, for some reason it just kind of started dying down. Like, the crowd wasn't hyped, and then it was making us kind of tired and be like, all right, we kind of want to leave. So we decided we were just gonna leave like maybe 2 songs before the end of the concert. So we start leaving the concert before like really anybody else is leaving. And as we exit the doors of the like ballroom where they were having this concert, we start walking out towards like the other side of my campus. And as we walk out of this door, there is a group of maybe like 5 or 6 guys just like leaning against the building, just like standing there. And I didn't really think anything of it. I assumed they were like waiting for a ride, or like got in trouble by security and maybe got kicked out of the concert and like had to talk to the security. I don't really know. I wasn't paying much attention, but I did see them all there and I was just like, all right, like what's going on there, whatever. And we just keep walking. So they're like leaning against the building and we start walking kind of the opposite way of the campus to like leave the campus. So we didn't realize we were going to be leaving early, but we just like spontaneously decided to leave, and then while we're walking out we realized we had to call an Uber. So as we're walking out of the building, we're also like telling an Uber to come get us at my school, and so we just kind of start walking towards the exit sort of. And there's just like this huge parking lot with a bunch of cars on the right side, and then on the left side there's like a bunch of buildings, a part of my campus. So we're just walking like down this road to get out of the campus. So we kind of just start wandering around, not really around the campus, just like this little area of the campus, being like, all right, I guess we'll just wait for our Uber here. And my friend wanted to be picked up by her friend because she didn't want to like hang out with us after she was like tired. So we're looking at this campus map to direct her friend because he was in the other parking lot of the campus. So we're trying to direct him to this parking lot, and we're looking at this map. And then like me and my 2 other friends kind of kept like walking a little further while my friend was like a little back more reading the map to her friend. And we're like on this sidewalk, and all of a sudden this group of like 4 girls is like walking down the sidewalk, and again, don't think anything of it. We just like move out of the way so they can keep walking, and they do. They keep walking right past us for like a minute, and then we're still talking, and then they turn around and come back to us and they go, excuse me, like not to bother you or anything, but we need to tell you something. And we're all like, yes, strangers, yeah, what? And they're like, we don't mean to like startle you or scare you or anything, but we were actually walking out of the building at the same time you were, and we saw a group of guys like watching you guys and looking at you guys, and then we saw them start to follow you, and we saw none of you were paying attention, so we started to follow you too, to make sure that nothing would happen to you and to make it seem like we were a part of your friend group, so there were more of us than them. And we just wanted to let you know that these kids were literally like following you and watching you, and to be careful because they're like still around here. Like they just walked back because they saw that we were following you, but just be really careful. And of course, I think just as you guys would expect me to react, if you know me well enough by now, you would know that I started freaking out, getting really scared. And I'm like, oh my God, these kids were trying to kidnap us. They were going to kill us. They were going to murder us, and we weren't going to make it home that night. But thankfully for these 4 really, really sweet girls, they were looking out for us and followed us to make sure that these kids didn't take us. And they said that the guys kept like staring at us and like looking us up and down, and like they were following us, and I didn't even feel them following us at all. Like that's the creepiest part. Normally I sense things, like I really do sense things, and my anxiety is always like going. So for me not to have even realized that these kids were following us means that they must have been being really sneaky and really quiet. And there were 6 of them. I'm surprised we didn't like turn around at one point and see them, or see them out of the corner of our eyes. It's just, they must have been being really sly and sneaky about it, because the girls said that they were literally following us. And it must have been pretty scary, because for them to even like see it and want to follow it, like it probably wasn't going to be a good situation. When they told us that they literally had just walked that way to make it seem like they were a part of our friend group, and to make these kids like go away from us and make it seem like they were watching us and stuff, like that just blew my mind. Like it made me realize that there are actually good people in this world. Like they could have easily thought, oh, that's like their friends or something, but they didn't. They like knew that something was going to happen, and they followed us to make sure that we were okay. Imagine that they hadn't been there in that moment. What would have happened? There are just so many things. There were these like 5 or 6 big guys and us 4 tiny girls. Like who knows what their intentions were. I'm not saying that they were going to do anything to us, but the way that the girls described it was that these kids were following us and kind of stalking us. Just didn't seem like a good situation whatsoever. But like I'm just so thankful that those specific girls had been there at that moment, because had they not been there and it was a different group of people, who knows if they would have followed us? Who knows if they would have even like realized like, oh, maybe that's not their friends, or oh, like who knows if they even would have seen that happen, or I don't know. Like I just feel like everything happens for a reason, and those girls left the concert about like a couple seconds after we did, and thankfully saw these guys following us and stalking us, and could have possibly saved us from a really bad situation. I just think it was so sweet of them. Like they did not have to do that. That was literally not their job at all. I just feel like if I were walking out of a concert and saw that, I probably would have assumed that the group of guys were just friends with them or something. But I mean, they literally followed us and like made sure we were okay and made sure we were safe. And then they even asked us if we had a ride home. I wanted to make sure like we were like getting picked up and that we all stayed together and that we were safe. And they like told us to sit by this like emergency pole where you can like press a button and the campus security will come, or the cops or something like that. And it was just like so sweet of them. It made me want to be a better person. Like if I saw that, I would probably have been so scared to follow those girls, or I don't even know. It was just so brave of them to do that, and like girl power. Like thank you. I really wish that I could find those people and like properly thank them once again. Like obviously we were saying thank you so much to them when we were there, but like I would love to just like hang out with them and talk with them, because they seem like such a chill group of girls, and like really awesome to know that like they have other people's backs and like are watching to protect other girls on campus. It's like really nice to think like that and to know that there are people in this world who do that. But yeah, that is my story time video for today. If you guys liked this video, please give it a thumbs up, and also make sure you guys subscribe right down below. I post videos every single Monday, Wednesday, Friday, And make sure you check out my main channel, which is also in the description below. I post on Thursdays. And yeah, if you guys have ever been followed by somebody or stalked by somebody, let me know in the comments below. I do have another stalker story which is way more intense than this, and I have been very reluctant to post it online just out of fear. But if you guys want to hear it, give this video a thumbs up and let me know and I will post it. So alrighty, see you soon.